Welcome to your meditation practice today. My name is Tiffany. Thank you so much for joining our community, and thank you for allowing me to lead your guided meditation practice. Please stay as long as you can. It is a long practice, so if you can't commit to the full 27 minutes, that's okay. You do the best you can. It's always something you can come back to if you need. Now, I'm moving away from my quote unquote desk to a spot on the floor. I encourage you to do the same if that's comfortable. If you're in a place where you could easily move to a more comfortable location. So for my setup today, I've just gotten 2 pillows from my couch, and it's a bit chilly this time of the year. So I don't have a space heater on today, but as I get to the floor, I'm just going to gently drape a blanket over my lap, knowing that in my classes, comfort is number one. Because if we're not comfortable and we're fighting the way we feel, we can't settle into our meditation. So I really encourage you to try to find something comfy. And as the fidgets move in during your practice, unless that's something you're trying to work on controlling, sitting through discomfort, do move around. I always readjust, and it might need to shift a little in my seat or shift my legs around. But to begin, we'll always start with some micro movements so that we work our fidgets out, hopefully, and we feel a bit more settled. So once you've gotten to your cozy spot, let's take our right arms around our low backs and just gently press your forearm into your low back, maybe a little down as well. Let your left shoulder hang low and tip your left ear towards the left side. We're going to take a breath here over the right side of our neck and shoulder. And if it would feel good in your body, tuck your chin down towards your left collarbone. One breath here. Coming back to center as you exhale, move your eyes over to the right side for a moment to release that big stretch. And come back to center, letting your right arm now hang low. Left arm, forearm is pressing into low back with a gentleness, maybe a little low as well. We'll let our right ears fall to the right side. Breathing over the left side of neck and shoulder. If it would feel nice to you, tuck your chin down towards your right collarbone. One more inhale, taking us back to the center. Eyes move straight over the left shoulder. And back into the center. And finally, we'll do just a little stretch of our back neck here. So take a clasp behind your skull and open the elbows wide as you breathe in. Sit really tall. We're going to stay tall, but as you exhale, bring your elbows forward and use a gentle assist from the weight of your hands to hug your chin down towards your chest. Staying lifted through the back of our shoulder blades here, but breathing up and down the back of our necks and maybe even into the back of our shoulder blades. Allow your hands to release from your skull and settle down softly in your lap. Eyes move back forward. Beautiful job. Just take a little tiny nose shake of your head, releasing that stretch. Nod yes to finish positively. Put a little positive spin on that. And then settle somewhere neutral neck where your chin may feel parallel to the floor, and then draw it back in a little bit towards your throat so you feel that you've sat a bit taller here. And if sitting in the middle of a floor is tiresome for your muscles, you can always lean against the support of a chair or a wall. Welcome to practice. I love this book. I quote it all the time. It's called A Year of Living Your Yoga by Judith Hanson Lassiter. And some days I find the affirmations, the quotes really beautiful and helpful. So I wanted to share the one from today. Enjoyment feeds my soul is the quote for November 30th. Now, how can we live that practice? Enjoyment feeds our soul. Think of joy that you experienced as a child, and we might think a little bit further about this in our meditation today. Think of the joy you experienced as a child. Make a promise to yourself today that you'll allow yourself to slow down and enjoy something beautiful just because it exists. This was really powerful to me today because I just started a book last night called Beautiful Things, which is a memoir by Hunter Biden. And it was entitled that because he and his now deceased brother always talked about how they were going to honor the beautiful things in life every day as they came upon them, becoming present. So this was really powerful to me. Enjoyment feeds my soul. Let's practice that by focusing on beautiful things. One of those being the fact that we awoke today with the gift of breath. I'm so happy that you're here. Now, as we start our practice, if you would like to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. I generally will take my eyes down to a spot on the floor that's very uninteresting. So it's nothing that will be distracting. And then I like to move my eyes just to slits. So I'm still aware of what's happening, but things appear unfocused and blurry, allowing me to really drop in to my body and my breath. Rest your attention for a moment on your breath. And if that's really hard for you to distinguish, you can place a hand on your heart and a hand on your stomach. As you find your breath this morning, allow yourself to know, to feel fully supported here in your practice. You're held and you're carried by the supports against the earth as you deeply relax. It's nice to find this sense of centering and grounding as we begin by taking note of whatever is attached or resting against something else, whether it be an article of clothing or if you used a blanket, another body part, or whatever you're supported against, cushions, a chair, the floor. Allow your body to sink more deeply into all of those areas. Give yourself permission to melt, to release, to notice the simple flow of breath flowing in and out of your body. That is beautiful. If you moved your hands to your torso, let them be soft and heavy, anywhere that it feels good. For increased senses of grounding, it may be helpful to take your palms downwards. For increased energy from today's practice, it may be nice to open your palms skywards. Open and receiving. Attention to our breath as we bring our mind to something beautiful. A pleasurable experience that we've recently had. So just a couple of examples, because it doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering. It might have been a really yummy meal. Or how about a reviving cup of tea or coffee? We've just passed a holiday, so maybe it was time spent with loved ones. Or personally in South Jersey, where I am, I've been noticing a lot of beautiful pink, reddish almost purplish sunrises and sunsets. They've been spectacular lately. So anything in your life that you feel especially grateful for, maybe there are friends who are there for you, or a faithful pet, a companion that's always excited to greet you. Especially this time of year when we tend to come inwards and slow down, it might be a quiet moment. Simply rest here and just see what comes to mind. Once you have your beautiful thing, your pleasurable experience, feel like you could fill yourself up completely with all the emotions and sensation that you experience in the moments that this joy is happening. And if nothing is coming to mind, that's okay. I have one for you. You can rest in the gratitude and gratefulness that you've designated this time today for your practice. That is definitely beautiful. And giving ourselves the gift of time. Now, are there any images that are coming to your mind when you envision this gift, this beautiful moment, this pleasurable experience? Are there feelings or sensations or emotions present in areas of your body? And how do they feel? How do they change as you may revisit this experience? As you sit with the recollection, begin to focus your awareness on sensations. Notice what is coming up for you. Some emotions may bubble up. And what is the interplay between them? Sometimes it's a sensation of wanting more. Maybe it's a feeling of joy or happiness. And can you create space by using your breath? Can you create space to allow these emotions to seep more deeply into you? Every time I take an inhale, I like to envision an area of our bodies that we could open to fill up with more good than we could ever imagine. And sometimes we get kind of disappointed or bummed out because you're like, oh, I love that experience. That memory was so nice, but it's not here anymore. That's normal. Maybe you're feeling a sense of longing. But that's okay. Just put those thoughts and emotions on the back burner. And let's focus on bringing back that positivity, that happiness into our foreground. Radiating joy from our recaptured experience. And as we create space using our breath, let's try to breathe it into every single cell of our bodies. Feel really good. Be so proud of yourself right now as you take the time to sit, be still, become present, and breathe. And now that we've captured this beautiful moment, this pleasurable experience, we're going to try to breathe all that goodness into every area of our body. During our body scanning, body awareness practice today, it's normal for even the most practiced of meditators to have thoughts creep back in. We plan, we may worry. It's okay, just gently guide yourself back to your breath. Allow everything to be as is. Try not to force yourself in any direction or force yourself to relax. Simply invite it to happen. Be open and receptive to the possibility. Becoming present and conscious, aware of what is happening in our body as our breath moves, these subtle little changes that we might feel. Let's begin together the process of relaxing our facial features. This is one of my favorite things in the whole world to do. I feel that it has such an impact on how I actually feel. So first, loosen the hinge of your jaw, even separate your teeth. Your lips can part as well. And then start back around the top of your face, about hairline. And then we'll move down. Feel a sense of heaviness coming from your hairline, and just like it's kind of washing over your face. Softening over your forehead. Envision all those lines of laughter and focus, creativity, intensity. And let those in your mind's eye soften to a smooth surface. The same between your eyebrows. Allow them to widen, and around the corners of your eyes, those beautiful smile and laugh lines just melt away for the time being. Feeling heavier over your forehead, heavier in your eye sockets and around your eyes. Notice a simple inflow of cooler air flooding your body, and warmer air releasing. Allow that heaviness, that sense of relaxation, to wash over your cheeks, from your eye sockets down, from the middle of your brows to the tip of your nose, and then a heaviness coming in to your chin. Let it all seep down your neck. And if you felt that there was tension stored in your face that you just beautifully released, focus on that beautiful moment. Allow that tension to wash over your back body, down the front, and off into your meditation supports today. And as we softly bring our attention back to breath, do you notice the heart space rising? Your ribs contracting as your heart space falls. Perhaps even if you can soften your belly, you might notice that it opens and releases. Continuing this unforced rhythm of breath as you bring awareness all the way to the opposite end, down to your feet and your toes. What sensations are present in that area, if any? Notice what is happening on your skin, whether there are temperature sensations or texture feelings. Like I have fuzzy slippers on, so my feet feel the fuzz and the warmth on the inside, but my ankles are quite a bit cooler. The back of my heel, much cooler. What is happening on a deeper level inside the joint of your feet and your toes? Anything that you can sense is beautiful. Be grateful for that, because you are developing, or you're increasing, your connection to presence. Let's take a big breath here, a whole body breath. Send it all the way down to the tips of your toes, into the bottom of your soles, and then allow your feet to feel heavier and released during your exhale. Let's take our next inhalation and see if we can focus, bring our attention to our legs. Our shins, our ankles, our calves, our knees, our thighs. As you take that exhale, allow your legs to become heavier, to release and rest into the support of Mother Earth, even if you're elevated, still being supported by Mother Earth. Are there any sensations on the skin of your legs? Can you feel your clothing against your skin? Are you able to relax, see, and feel even more deeply into your legs? Same big, beautiful, grateful breath into our arms, the whole length. And as you become more conscious of all fingers, top and bottom of arm, inside and outside both arms, can you feel the blood pulsing through your extremities? That's a tough one. I haven't figured that one out yet, but it's nice to try to be so connected with your body that maybe you could feel that. Becoming aware of whatever is present in your arms without attaching a story to it, without attempting to change whatever is present in any way. We bring to our practices a non-judgmental, kind, and compassionate awareness to what is. In your next breath, focusing on both legs and arms. And in gratitude, taking a big, beautiful breath for how hard our arms and legs work for us every day. And then give just a bit more of yourself to your support as we let those extremities rest. See them, feel them, and let them go. If you feel unaware or unable to establish a connection to any area of your body, that is okay. Simply be, breathe, and meet that with acceptance as well. Move on when you're ready. Focus, breath, seeing in your mind's eye your hips, your backside, and your pelvis. Maybe there's some sensation in these parts of our bodies. And, to be very honest with you, I'm having some discomfort in my hip right now. So that's something I'm going to bring my mind, bring my attention to. Hold space, practice acceptance to be just as you are. All the perceived good and all the perceived bad. Could you sink a bit more heavily in these areas of your body? Resting a bit more deeply in this moment. Skin level sensations on your flesh and anything happening deep within your bones. And then moving our awareness with a real sense of gentleness to all areas of our backs. So in my case, I just noticed, oh gosh, I got quite slumpy there as soon as I focused on my back. But it's okay, I'm not going to criticize or judge myself. I just brought myself back up to a beautiful long spine, feeling erect but not stiff or rigid here. Breathing in and lengthening through the lower, through your mid, through your upper back. Broaden your shoulder blades. While keeping this elongated posture, we still rest confidently, heavy into our surroundings. Attention towards the front of your torso, your stomach, your chest. Can we open these areas? Soften your belly if you're gripping. If your pants are too tight, move them down or up so that you can take a big breath and try to open in your stomach as you do. bring a curiosity to whatever is happening. If you tend to hear some grumbling in your stomach as you rest, it's okay. Just being present, opening yourself up with kindness to whatever may be. Attention to our neck and to our shoulders. Could we feel longer in the sides of our neck as our shoulders gently drift downwards as if they're melting? And then move over your scalp. See all of your hair follicles. Sometimes I almost feel like I can feel a little tingle in them, like my hairs are going to lift as I breathe up and over the hair and scalp. And then let all of that rest. Let your tongue rest heavy in the back of your bottom teeth, bringing kindness, a sense of caring, and awareness to your body from head to toe, left to right, and front to back. Gratitude towards your body with an awareness of how precious this life is. And as we begin to wrap up our formal practice together, today, if you notice any areas of your body that felt anything, tired, weak, pain, ill, consumed by trauma, continue breathing here and there throughout the day to those areas, bringing a special sense of nurturing in. Continue repeating. And allow your sensations to dissolve, or maybe we just have to hold space for them until they're ready to dissipate. Call upon all that feels really good and healthy in your body and mind to support the parts that are in need of extra care and compassion. And today, I hope that you can move forward with a calm sense of knowing that whatever arises is as it should be. Move forward with careful attention to your breath and mindful, compassionate movement. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My light honors the light that is within you. Namaste, and take good care.